Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It is a great day to be alive in 2025. If you are watching live, drop a fireball in the chat or drop a hello. It is an exciting year, 2025. A lot of great things are going to happen this year if you are intentional about them. So I'm excited to be here kicking off this year. It's a monumental year for me, and I'll tell you about that later. But I also think that every year is a new chance to just become a better you. Every day is a new chance to become a better you, but every year kind of gives you more like a milestone. I'm echoing. You can hear me echoing. Okay, it gives you a new milestone to be able to change your life. I don't know what to do about the echo. I just we have to work around it. I might have it on somewhere else. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm having some technical issues. I think I got to change streaming platforms because this one isn't working anymore. But every year is an opportunity to create a new life and a way to allow yourself to grow and become a better you and to be intentional about who you are, what you want to do, and the life that you want to live. So as we step into this year, I want to is really bad. Okay, I don't have an answer. So let me see if I can get on from my phone. Give me 1 second. All right, hold on. Technical issues, y'all. Welcome to my world. All right, I'm back. And now it's going to echo a lot. All right, so I'm back. Hopefully, I'm not echoing as bad as I was before, and you can hear me. So let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. But I'm excited to be here with you this year. We are going to have some exciting news. We have some exciting news, have some exciting people here with me today. And we're going to just get right into our conversation and go forward. Let me read my chats and make sure I sound better. Okay, I sound better, Tanya. All right, good. So I'm excited to be here. Okay, good. All right, so sorry again, technical issues. So if anybody has a better streaming platform than StreamYard, jump in my DMs and let me know which one you're using, because this is the third week in a row I've had trouble with him, and so now I'm over it. I want to be able to come to you live each week and to deliver the information in an efficient way. So I can't have technical issues doing it. But anyway, if it's your first time chiming in, or if you're coming back, just want to remind you who I am. It's your girl, Saran. I am your financial master coach, and I work with women and entrepreneurs to identify money they are unknowingly and unnecessarily losing through places they didn't realize they were losing it, so that they can have a better life and create the wealthy life that they had planned for themselves, because they are able to have control over their money. They're able to know how they're creating abundance. They know that they can create a legacy, and they are mastering their money, and they're just not managing it. And so this year for 2025, I'm going to be bringing to you a lot of exciting guests, changing platforms, doing a bunch of different things. But today, before we get started, before I bring my amazing guests onto the stage and into the fold, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, as we step into the new year. As we step into the new year, it's time for us to reflect and to think about what mindset shift that we may need to redefine that's going to change our lives. Because it's not about surviving anymore. It's not about just making the best of bad situations. No, we have to step into 2025 with a bold intention, choosing to create your best life, financially, spiritually, and mentally, and beyond, in all the areas, and family, friendships, and all that. We have to be intentional about creating it. So before we go deeper, let's just talk a little bit about the difference between expecting the best, planning for the best, and intentionally creating the best life possible. They may sound super familiar, but they're vastly different in practice, right? Expecting the best is about having hope and optimism. I've been hopeful about things. I know you have. I've been optimistic about things, but I didn't necessarily have a plan. But even though expecting the best is an important step, it's not the only thing we need because hope alone won't do it. We got to take some action. And that's where planning for the best is the next level. It takes you deeper. It's where you begin to outline the goal. You begin to lay it out, say where you know where you're starting, know where you're ending up. You have a plan. You write affirmations for the goal that you want to meet because it's powerful. And these plans and these actions through affirmations help you take things from just being dreams to getting them on paper. But the next step is intentionally creating the best life. That is where the real game changer is because you've hoped for it, you set an intention, you've prayed, you've asked God for it, then you made a plan and said, "This is how I think I'm going to do it." Now we know we can make plans and then God laughs, but you still have to make a plan so that you can move forward. But the intentionality of creating it is the game changer. That's where we wake up each day doing the hard things that help us to get where we want to go because now we've aligned with our goals and this is going to help us to be more powerful, right? It's about taking ownership of your outcomes no matter what the setbacks. I know a lot of people make the intent that they're going to lose weight, but it sounds good in theory, but you got to make the plan. The plan is, how do I get to the gym every day? How do I get there if it snows, if it rains? And being intentional about and then actually taking the action. Jim Rohn once said that we must all suffer from two pains, either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And the difference is that discipline weighs ounces and regret weighs tons. And so we have to really be thinking about it in that way. Because if you are still alive in 2025, why not choose to live your best life? Why settle for just making do when you can make it better? Why just endure the worst when you can intentionally create the best? This doesn't mean that any challenges you already had in life that were in 2024 that may have spilled over into 25 are going to magically disappear, but you are going to take your focus off the problem and put your focus onto the solution, because it's not about just the lofty goals and the resolutions, and now people are doing the one word for the year, and all those things are great, but it's about being present, being proactive, and being intentional about doing it. And I usually give an affirmation, but today I'm going to say this to you. It's about saying these things to yourself in this way, and I'm going to read them to you so that you can be clear. I will nurture my spiritual self because my soul deserves peace and alignment. I will take charge of my finances because I deserve to live in abundance and not lack. I will protect my mental health because my thoughts shape my reality. And those are the three affirmations I want you to be thinking on and meditating on this year, because you are worth it. And you are here. Your soul deserves to be here. You deserve to live a great life while you're here. So this year, commit to living on purpose. Commit to living out your dreams in some way, shape, fashion, or form. And stop letting circumstances just happen around you, and create the things that can bring you the alignment. Create the things that can give you the best life that you want to do. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just survive, thrive. Don't just make the best of what happens. Create the best that can happen for yourself. And be intentional, be courageous, and remember, you have the power to shape your life. And so one of the things that I know I've been intentional about over the last couple of years, and many of you know I was in a nearly fatal car accident, and where the other driver did die when they hit me, but I was able to walk away. And from that moment, I got really intentional about living my life the way I said I wanted to live. And that was, I wanted to live a life of travel. I wanted to live a life where I got to see the world, experience other cultures, enjoy meeting new people, have fun, and just be my full self. And so today is no different. I come to you live every week, but I'm here to living out my dream. I want to talk to people and tell people about all the things. But today I get to interview two of my favorite travelologists to the people who helped me stay on the road and doing big things and connecting with new groups and connecting with new cultures and creating a life that I have desired. And I'm gonna see if I can add in the stage because I got this stay. And I'm gonna add them to the stage. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
We can.
Saran.
And so technically I'm welcoming them back to the show because this is maybe your second or third time with me on live, but it was no accident that you picked this day to come and talk to everyone because as you know, I'm celebrating a milestone year this year. Nobody ever believes it, but the truth is I will be 50 in 9 months and I'm excited about it. And I've curated a year full of travel as a part of my 50th year celebration. And you two have been a huge part of that planning process and bringing a lot of different things together and making some things happen for me that I didn't have time to plan for myself, just being frank, right? And I just love, your enthusiasm for what you do. But I'm gonna introduce them. I'm gonna try to read the long, amazing bios they said. Not really. I'm gonna just tell you what I know about them. So Tanya and Shankara have been an amazing travel duo for over 20 years. I mean, they really just started doing it for family and friends, and it just grew and grew and grew. And now they're doing travel for people all over the world and bringing to reality their dreams of going places that they never thought that they would see themselves going and meeting amazing people they never thought they would do. Both are super professional with a ton of degrees and stuff that I don't have degrees in. and I always laugh because Shankara is so meticulous. I just be like, whatever she said, that's what we do. Right? But that's what you need when you're curating something and you want to have an amazing experience. And so I wanted to make sure we came back. And so that's why I kind of call this travel is for us too, right? Because we think that travel is for someone else. I mean, we see the influencers doing it. We see the ones that look like us and don't. And then a lot of us, unfortunately, have decided it's not for us for whatever the reason. And so it's important for us to kind of bring that in. But I want to bring your voice into the conversation. So you can you can add anything you want to introduce yourself or say whatever you want to say to bring yourself into the room. Or even say something about what I just said. It doesn't matter. We just have a conversation.
Well, thank you, Saran. We appreciate you. This is probably our second or third time coming back. But one, I want to just congratulate you on all your success.
Absolutely.
We see you. You're doing an amazing job. You are the guru when it comes to finances. So if you have not sat down with Saran, please do so immediately and kickstart your 2025 so you can thrive. Absolutely. I love what you said, Saran, also about mastering money and not managing money. I'm taking notes too. I love financial podcasts. I listen to them all the time. Like that is my jam. And so that is something new that you just shared with me. So I'm going to take that into 2025. But again, we're grateful to be here. Grateful for your life. As you all heard, she was in a near fatal car accident. So God has spared you. So your work is not done yet. So yes, you're not done. So thank you again. So my name is Tanya Holman. I am co-owner of the boutique travel agency called Exceptional Travel Destinations. And Shankara and I have been doing this for over 20 years. We started out doing it with friends and family. And then in 2019, they kept saying, you need to share this with the world. Like, you all do an amazing job, because they was calling us every year, like, where are we going this year? Where are we going this year? So we decided to bring it to fruition and create our LLC into a full-blown travel boutique agency. Been doing amazing. You all know what happened in 2020. COVID comes, it shuts, everything down, but it gave us time to really pivot and really to kind of get our systems in order. And so we're just grateful. We've been here now full blown for 6 years. And God is good. Our business is thriving, doing amazing. And as Saran mentioned, we are meeting people all across the world, checking off those bucket lists, one trip at a time. And so, again, I'm going to turn over to Shankara because I could talk all night about this. But thank you again, Saran, for having us.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I did on what Tanya just said, right? And Saran said something that's so pivotal for me. I'm Shankara McNair, as Tanya said, and I am the other half of XD Travel. or exceptional travel destinations. And we are just very honored to be here to support Saran, because we have seen firsthand, right, how she is living her life out loud, right? She is all the way outside, right? And we've been able to be
all
an
the way.
instrumental part. Yeah, we've been able to be an instrumental part of that. But she said something that was for me, it kind of gave me chills when she said, when she was in a near fatal car accident a couple of years ago, and she walked away, but the other person didn't, right? Think about that for a minute, right? We all, I put myself, raise my hand up too. I'm one of those people who always says, I'm going to save that and do that, then. I'm going to wear this for a special occasion. I'm not going to eat off this, my china that I got for, when I got married. I'm going to eat off that, on a special occasion. We were happy, right? We were happy. We didn't know anything else, right? So we took what's the word I'm looking for? We took that excitement, right? And we tried to use that as the base by which we created X-City Travel. And then we sprinkled in all the things that we knew were challenges for people who want to be able to travel and to figure out a way how to overcome those things. So that's definitely that's kind of how it all got started, kind of what has been our mission to date.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you mentioned the Green Book. It's I had a good friend, and she was in my sorority. She's passed away now, but her name was Dora, and she was from Virginia. But she's from the Maryland area, but she was a part of an organization. They had a whole organization around the Green Book. It was called the Moles, and all they did was a network of homes that people could go and stay at when they travel between Virginia and Virginia, Maryland, and DC.
Wow.
And so, historically, we maybe still think that travel isn't for us because it isn't safe.
Right.
But the world is changed. We still have to be safe, right? Yeah. But it's still, especially as African American women, we worry about our safety. I know I do.
Right.
But it really speaks to how we've evolved, and we have the opportunity to now really live, explore, and celebrate across the world, like your motto says. Yeah. So let me ask you this question: How has your identity and personal travel experiences shaped the way you run the company, the way you see the world, even?
It's changed everything for me. I mean, Shankar, I can speak for myself. Like, it has changed everything. As Shankar mentioned, growing up, 2-parent household, we went on vacation every year, didn't miss a vacation, but it was never on a plane. It was always in a car, right? We would travel. I didn't start really traveling like on a plane until my 20s. Like, what is this? This is like the whole world is just open of all these different opportunities. And so we look at the millennials now, like the younger folks, right? They're traveling big time. Like, my kids are like, where are we going this year? We're going to Tulum. We're going Greece. What are y'all talking about? We didn't do none of that growing up. But again, that's exposure, right? What I want to show my kids is that it's more than just outside. It's just more than inside the United States, right? So for me, it changed everything. It changed me culturally. We look at diversity. We go to different countries and we see people dress differently, talk differently. That's intriguing to me. Like, I don't want to just hear English all the time, right? We grew up here in America, but I want to hear Spanish and French and all these different languages that God has created. And so it changed me as a person, as far as what I know as a people we can experience. Mm-hmm. And that's what Shankar and I really want to make sure that we hit home with our people of color, is that it's an experience. It's okay to travel in the United States. Like, we still do that too. There's amazing places in the U.S. that you can go to. But if you have an opportunity to go outside of the U.S. and experience, whether it's the Caribbean, right, 2-hour flight, whether it's, Greece, Dubai, these places that we offer to our clients, you all do it, and do it in a way where you're doing it and not breaking the bank. As Saran has already taught you all, you have to plan for it, right? You have to master your money, plan for it. It's okay to plan 18 months out. We love that. Can't nobody drop, thousands of dollars in 2 weeks. No, we want you to plan for it. So this really, really dovetails nicely what Saran is teaching you all about finances and planning, but making sure that you're living and exploring and celebrating in the meantime, right? So U.S. is fine, but if you have an opportunity to go outside the U.S., it will change you forever. So
Absolutely will.
yeah,
It will.
yeah,
And I'll just
yeah,
add on to that and say, for me, when you stay in the United States, you only know what you see here,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we believe everything that we see here,
Mm-hmm.
right? On the news. And then you go somewhere else like Dubai, which Tanya knows and Serena knows is my favorite place in the world to travel to, right? And you've heard all these crazy things. And I'm not saying that things don't happen in Dubai. I'm not saying that. I want to make sure I stress that. But when I tell you, it's a whole different way of a
Mm-hmm.
life, and it's an amazing way of life.
Yeah,
And if
yeah,
you've never gone outside of our four corners of the United States of America, you don't know that, right?
right.
You get to experience people in their true authenticity,
Mm-hmm.
right? You get to have different cultural experiences, different historical experiences, right? You experience inclusivity, right? There are places in this world where people of color are absolutely adored, right? Absolutely adored. And so for me, it was eye-opening to make me understand that, there's a big world out there, right? And one of our other motto is, your next trip, wherever it may be that you want to go to, is only limited to how big you're willing to dream. And so for us, it's very important that we take the opportunity to make sure that we give people of color the opportunity to do so. And I think for me, going outside of the U.S. for the first time really ignited that passion in me to
Yeah,
make me want to be a conduit, right, by which
yeah.
people of color could be able to see places they thought they could never see before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For
Well,
sure.
why do you think it's important for the visibility of Black and Brown travelers in the industry? Why do you think that that's important?
Well, I think one thing is important is because we can show others, right, what's possible. Um, as Shankar mentioned early on, we didn't do a lot of traveling, right? I mean, in the country, stateside, right, driving 4 hours,
Mhm.
5 hours away. But it's important because you want to show your children, you want to show your grandchildren, you want to show your colleagues, your peers that there's so much more. And so for me, because we have now traveled so much, I want to be able to pass it on, right? To pay it forward, to show the next person, hey, you've raised your kids now. You poured everything into your children. What are you going to do for you? As Saran mentioned, she almost lost her life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it switches something in your head. I got to live now. I'm not wearing my dress next week. I'm wearing my dress today when I'm going out, right? I'm going to party the whole month of January. It's my birthday. I'm doing that, right? Because you have to live. And God, and we all know what happened in COVID.
Right.
Like, I lost my mom to COVID, right? And so something switches when you realize, look, life is still really too short. And if travel is your jam, you all embrace it, do it, have a great time, and pay it forward. Like, if you want to take someone on a trip, give them an opportunity to go on the trip too, right? And so we're just excited to, like Shankar mentioned, to be a conduit between us and other people. Look, we raised our kids. I raised 2 girls. I put all my heart and soul into them girls. Tanya and Joseph Holman are going to travel now, right? We just are, because we've always wanted to do it. And we were running around doing, soccer, volleyball, all the things they were in. It's time for us now to, and Shankar and I really focus on those empty nesters, those people, those husbands, those mothers, those parents who poured everything into their kids. And now they're like, you know what? We can breathe. We did a great job. Pat yourself on the back. We did a great job. Let's now experience it. And if you want to bring the kids along, great. Lexi and Maya ain't gonna go on every trip. They just not. They're gonna be on some trips, but Tanya and Joe going down because we worked hard, and we now want to play hard, and we want to make sure we pay it forward to the next group of people who want to experience what we experience. So.
Yeah. And I think it's important to for us to show it, because I'm going to read you some stats real quick, because people don't realize this. There's the stats often run behind time, a couple years behind when it comes to travel. But let me read you the stats that came out in 2022 by Black Travel Alliance and MMGY Global. They did a survey. And the survey came back and said that pre-pandemic, you guys, we all know that since the pandemic, everybody outside. Everybody is all the way outside right now. So if this was a number pre-pandemic, imagine what we're doing right now as a people post-pandemic. The number was, we did 109.4 billion. I did not say million. I said $billion in travel pre-pandemic. Approximately 20% of Black Americans reported traveling for leisure at least once per year. And the total number of trips that are estimated that we as a people took annually pre-pandemic was tens of millions. So when I say it's important for us to be represented, that's why. We are spending our dollars just like everyone else, right? And we deserve to be represented, right? We deserve to know that it's okay to be represented. And we deserve to know that it's okay to go and live our best life and explore, live, and celebrate just like everyone else. So when you think about just the amount of money we are spending now in this day and era, we absolutely deserve to be represented. We absolutely need to step up and be accountable and not limit ourselves to what others have told us we may be entitled to or that we can do. So just some stats to think about when you think about ask the question, why it's important for us to travel. We travel and we're part of that GMP, right? And we need to make sure we capitalize on that. So yeah.
I love that because today we as a melanated community, we contribute to so much. We work so hard. We have the tough jobs. We're building businesses. We're doing different things, and we have to build in what our joy is right now. Don't get me wrong, if travel ain't show for you, because every but if it is, this is your call, your wake up call to one, book a time with me. We can put together a plan. Get your finances in order. And then 2, you can go over to the XTD website, pick out a trip, late this year, early next year, and start contributing towards your happiness. And earlier I talked about mental well-being. And one of the things that I found personally, I don't have no statistics like Shankar got, but what I that when I have impending travel and I have something coming up, I'm excited. My energy is different. Whatever's happening at work or any challenges I'm having, getting things done in my business, it's like, all right, well, let me just get this done because my flight's at 10. So my flight's at 10 tomorrow. Let me get this done. Let me do this. And it gives you a different energy because you have put yourself in a place of expectation and yourself in a place of having something to look forward to. And I know for me, when I know I have something to look forward to, it puts more of a fire under me to hurry up and get things done efficiently, effectively, so that I don't have to worry about those things. Go.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
And I laughed because I think, Shankar, you texted me yesterday like, hey, Saran, where's whatever it was we were preparing for today? I was like, I'll get it to you. Give me a chance. I just got back from Florida. And
she did.
Because again, me, I'm empty nest is me and the dog. I'm not sitting around for the holidays. For what?
That's right.
If you invite me, I'm going to come. So if you don't invite me, because I will get a flight. Right. And I actually had a little tantrum when I got there because I looked at my South flights and I was short 3 flights to get my.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It was hot.
Wow.
It was hot.
In one flight, because it was one trip I ended up not going on because I wasn't feeling well last year. And so if I would have went on that one, I would have been one flight short, and I would have been real salty.
Wow.
And so, I did some girl math to try to figure out, how I could get to my 20 by October.
Saran, you're not playing.
Like, you have that many places to go? I'm like, no, not really. I guess
no, but I can create them, right?
But and I feel blessed to be at a place where that's what I'm figuring out, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people figuring other things out, but I've decided that that's what my focus is, and that's what my focus is financially. Outside of making sure all my retirement and things like that are straight.
Right.
Like you don't see me running around the streets of DC because all my money I want to use to run around the streets of somewhere else.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You got to figure out what's important to you. Everyone, and we are no way saying that travel should be important to every single person. Right. Some people are just not travelers. I have a girlfriend husband who never travels with her. He doesn't like. He's a homebody, right? It's all about what makes you happy, and like you said, brings you joy, right? And if that's what brings you joy, because it absolutely brings Shankara joy. Let me tell you right now, every time I can put the wheels up, the wheels are up. That is my outlet, right? That is how I woosah, if you will, for me. So, but everyone else, it may not be that way. My mom, she doesn't really like to travel unless it's on a train going somewhere across in the United States of America. She's not one that wants to venture outside the country. I'm like, I'm all for it. First thing smoking, I'm out, right? So it just depends on your personality and what makes you happy. But the point we're all making here, I think, is whatever it is in this lifetime, life is too short. Do what makes you happy, right? But like Saran says, make sure you have a plan for that. You're not just doing it haphazardly. Have a plan for that to make sure you can bring it to fruition.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna keep y'all all night, and we probably have to do this again when I don't have technical issues where we can really.
This is good, Saran.
I want to make sure before you go, tell us a little bit about some of the trips you do have coming up this year, and tell everyone and connect and get it. And I think I put some of it in the text for the YouTube video, but in the meantime, tell us a little bit about some of the exciting things you do have coming up. I already think I'm booked for like 2 or 3.
You already booked for half of them anyway. So Saran will be playing as soon as they come out. Saran is on it. She is like our VIP here.
I'm running down myself, but I just let the professionals do it.
No, so we have Melanin Queens is one of our staple trips that we do every single year. Is to celebrate us, right? And we have a ball. We've been to Chateau-Elan, we've been to Umstead twice. And y'all, this year we are going to Nashville. Let me tell you, Nashville is a hidden gem. I went there 2 years ago for Christmas and I came back raving to Shankar. I said, Nashville is it. Y'all, we had an amazing time. So we're taking the ladies to Nashville to love up on you. We got an amazing rooftop experience at the Hyatt and all the goodies that come with it. So if you want to go check that trip out, we got a few more slots left. So go in there to our website, Exceptional Travel with an X, and check out that one. Then we have our Diamond Club in Cancun coming up in September. Sharan's like, yep. So this is another trip that we launched last year, and these are all Diamond Club rooms. If you don't know what that means everyone has the same butler service, concierge service across the board. There's no different categories, junior suite. No, everyone got ocean view suite. Everyone got butler service. Everyone got concierge service. And so that one is still available. We bring our photographer, we bring our DJ, y'all, we turn it up in Cancun. So that is one that is happening in September. And then Shankar, Saran got a birthday coming up. Saran got a birthday coming up.
She does.
So of course she got a trip going to St. Lucia. Of course she has a trip going to St. Lucia. So if you want to join her in St. Lucia, that trip is on the website. It's not on the website. But we need to put it on the website.
Private trip.
Yeah, it's a private trip. But Saran, she has not met a stranger. You already know that, right? So she befriends everybody, loves everybody. So if you're interested in that, just hit us up. We get you connected that one. And then we have our staple trips, Dubai, Shankar's favorite place, and Greece, my favorite place, are also on the books for this year. And so those are our trips for this year.
And South Africa. Don't forget South Africa.
We got a couple more slots. South Africa.
I am so excited about that. Yes. South Africa's on my bucket list. So we're doing South Africa in October. So we do have a few slots left for that too. So if you're interested in doing South Africa. And the one thing I want to mention, if it's okay with you, Saran, is I want to tell people how we do business, right? Here at XT Travel, we are a upscale travel company, right? We're not luxury, but we're upscale. We don't do Rudy Poo hotels. We're 4.0 star and above. But what is different about us is we try to make sure that when you book a trip with us, you don't have to think about anything other than how to get yourself to the airport. And if you don't want to do that, we'll arrange for that too, to get you to the airport, right? We try to make sure that all your meals are included for the most part. We try to make sure that all your excursions are included. If we're doing private catamarans, if we're doing ATV rides, whatever we're doing, it is part of your package. Your airfare, if you choose to have it be a part of your package, it's part of your package. So we try to make sure that once you pay for it, you're done. Right. And like Tanya said, like Saran said, if you plan for it and you want to go to Dubai and you start out 18 months in advance, you would be surprised at how cost effective 18-month payment plan is to go to Dubai. And we have so many people who talk to us and tell us about how They never thought they could go to Dubai, or we had one girl that has always wanted to go to Greece for many, many years. And when she went to Greece, she told us, that you made my biggest dream for travel come true. And I can't thank you guys enough, right? That is why we do it, to give people of color the opportunity to travel without breaking the bank, to have a payment plan. There's no charge for the payment plan. There's no credit check for the payment plan. It's trying to put us being a conduit, right? And taking all the things we've learned over the years in travel and using those to our advantage to be able to create these amazing trips for people of color to be able to experience them and not have to break the bank to do so. And also know that you're going to have an upscale, out of this world experience at City Travel. So I just want to make sure I say that so people understand kind of what we do and why we do what we do and how we do it. So yeah, thank you, Saran, for letting me have that.
And don't just take our word for it. Go check our Google reviews out.
That's right.
Check the receipts, right?
And I was gonna say, and the good thing is, and that's one of the things that I love, right? I don't have to think about anything. Right. I'm thinking about managing my business. I'm thinking about the process to make sure to do this podcast, post it, to get guests, to do this. I'm thinking about the work that I do, other work that I have to do for different things. I'm thinking about my client appointments, the things I'm doing for my clients. I'm thinking about all those things, but I know this is something I want to do. And until I have time to think about it, why don't I let somebody else do the thinking?
Right.
And so why don't I take my own advice? Like I tell clients, if you need help, get somebody to guide you on the path, because sometimes you just need somebody to walk the walk, right? One of my favorite places is St. Lucia. That's why I picked going there for my birthday. I've been there plenty of times, but I love St. Lucia. So I said, why not just go?
I do too.
And keep it simple, right? My second favorite place is Cape Town. Now, that's a little bit more pricey to say, hey guys, come meet me in Cape Town. That's another story. But my second favorite place is Cape Town because I've been there before many years ago. But as I live, explore, and celebrate, one of my goals, as I redid my goals this year, with my coach, and one of the questions he asked is, hey, if you only had 3 years left to live, what would you do with it?
Wow.
How would you spend your time? And he's like, well, if you only had 3 years, but they would be healthy years. What would you do with time? And I was able to, and I wrote it out, and clear as day, I want to travel the world. I want to see everywhere spiritual, and I want to experience God through the eyes of other people. And so I said that. I said, you've been saying that for years. Write the plan. I took my own advice.
Yeah.
I went and wrote the plan and said, where are all the spiritual places around the world? Now, did I know all the spiritual places around the world? No, but ChatGPT knew. So I knew, right?
So cute.
I didn't know, but Chatty knew, so I asked him.
Just ask him.
And so he told me, and I looked and I said, okay, well, let me prioritize these.
That's awesome.
Where I feel like I want to go first. And
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
I plan to go to these places. Now, some of them are random places. Nobody else might not want to go, but that's cool.
That's okay. Yeah.
And I included places in the United States because there are very spiritual places in the United States.
Absolutely.
And so that becomes a weekend trip. That's how I'm gonna get my A-list preferred. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna get it. Look, now I feel challenged, like you just gave me a sales book.
Right.
So, but I say all that to say is if we have these big dreams, right?
Yeah.
And I have been saying probably since college, my mission in life was to go everywhere and just eat a bagel. Right. And people would laugh. And I'm like, well, I'm just keeping it simple. I basically want to travel the world. And I'm keeping it simple. I just want to go wherever it is, eat a bagel or whatever the equivalent is, right? Because it's something to be a croissant.
Right.
So whatever, right? But I got serious about that, in the last 2 years and said, no, let's really think about it, right? Wow. And when someone says, hey, you only got 3 years left to live, but you're gonna be healthy, so you'll be able to do stuff.
Right.
What is it that you want?
That's the key too, is being healthy, right?
Experience. Yeah. Like outside of the regular spend time with family, do things. I would love to take them with me on the travel if they roll, but it's like, what is it that you want to go? And I say that's like your soul's urge. What is your soul here to do? Is it here to explore and travel and share with other people around the world? Or is it to get up, go to work, and come home every day and see people you may or may not like every day, all the time, and then complain about you don't like all the time.
Yeah, right.
And then think about it. I'm just saying, I'm not calling nobody out. I'm just saying. But anyway, we're at time, but I wanted to make sure that you were here. I'm not on my computer because of technical difficulties. So if you could grab the link to the website and drop it in the chat before we get off. There's a lot of chat on here. Please drop the link on the chat. If you are able, if you see something you like, you want to, Tanya and Shankar are giving you a discount just because you know me. So you
and we put the discount code in the chat too. So Shankar just dropped the link. So it's Saran B 150. Anyone who wants to go on any of our 2025 trips, use that discount code when checking out because you know Saran, and you get $150 off. So yes,
absolutely.
I'll put that in the chat too.
So
what'd you say, Saran? What did you say, Saran? To hear you.
I just gave him $150. I helped.
That's it. That's it.
You put it in the private chat, Shankar. There's another chat. It just says post a comment. It should say post a comment or comment.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
Yeah, you're gonna put it in there. But
you see it.
Have y'all. I'll see y'all again at some point. I'm gonna bring you ladies into studio because I'm gonna be having some studio interviews at some point when it's warm because ain't nobody finna shovel no snow to go outside.
You got that right. I don't see it, Tanya. Do you see it? If you see it, I don't see it on my screen.
Yeah, but it's for some reason I can't. It's another technical difficulty. But we'll drop it in Saran. We can drop it in the YouTube once we finish out the call, right? We'll drop it in the chat. Okay.
Post a comment. I think I found it. Hold on.
Okay.
Paste. Go. Okay, it went.
All right. Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
Different than computer.
All right, guys. Have a great one. Thank you for having us, Saran.
Yes, I'm so glad you're able to be here, and I will talk with y'all soon. So,
all right.
Love and light, everybody. Let's get that money right in 2025. Bye.
Yes. All right. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.